On the surface of the paper, I have commenced drawing a series of circles. This is going to be the colour work for my lovely teacup or coffee cup. With my felt pen, I'm going to colour in various shapes like so, choosing a colour palette that's in the same family. In this case, I'm going to use a pink, an orange and a yellow, and I might contrast it with a light blue. I've coloured all my little circles with bright colours. I'm going to fold my card like so, and we're going to create a mug shape. Take something circular to trace like so. This is a fairly large circle. You don't want it too small, and take it up like this. You can even go like so. And then a smaller circle, which is this one here, can be used like this. You don't even need it in its entirety. So I'm going to go like this, curve this line here. I'm taking this up so it's straight with this side. So can you see that this is the shape of my coffee cup? So it just goes like that, making it a bit. And this here on the side, we're going to go up. Just imagine it like a triangle, like that. But we're going to come in and we're going to then curve the edges like so. This job is to rub away the excess inner lines like so. We won't need these, and we want to keep the inner part of the card very neat, because we're going to be gluing something at the back of this. It's going to be a surprise cup. Now we attempt to remove all the pencil markings. With a sharp pair of scissors, we're going to have the card on the fold and cut it. We do not cut here. If you would like to make it easier for the moment, you can indicate that there like that. Now with the scissors, we cut carefully and slowly on the line. I'm putting that to the side. These little simple ways, using that part of the scissors to be able to cut through. If you're a young person and need help, it might be wise to ask an adult to give you a hand. I go like so, like this, cutting around the line. This is slightly curved. Right, like so now. Got the last bit to cut out. Like so, and remembering to get a nice little curve here, but stopping. Take your eraser and rub that out there. So now when I fold my card back, like so, we have our coffee cup like that. You will need an adult to help you cut out the bit that's there. Alternatively, for those tricky bits, if you fold it back like so, you just at this edge go up and around, and then we have to stick it back, which is a little bit tricky, but it makes the cutting so much easier. Make sure that those little edges aren't too difficult or thin. So going back on the inside, we can add some tape. A small piece of tape can be placed here at that joint. So now when we look at our teacup, like so, we have our lovely little happy teacup or coffee cup if your person is a coffee drinker. So this is for Mother's Day. I suppose the same one could be made for Father's Day too. Now I have a tea bag to go with mine, so I'm just placing that beside the image because we want to create a pocket. Now this was the offcut of the paper that came from the bottom of the card. So we're going to make a pocket out of this. So I'm leaving it on the fold. You can see there was a bit of the colour there. So what I'm going to do is just check the size for my little tea bag. I need to make it bigger than the tea bag size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bit of glue on the edge here and then up here in the middle. So you can see the glue does not go on the tea bag like so. So placing it like this, and it makes a little pocket for your tea bag. With my scissors, I'm going to trim off that part here, like so. You have to give it a bit of time to dry, but you can see that that's the pocket. That pocket then will be glued on the inside of the card, like so. And you will then place the tea bag, take it apart like so, and pop it into, looks a bit tricky here. Go like this. For those of you who want an easier option, you can take an English breakfast satchel like so and tear off the beginnings of it, or for a neater finish you can even trim it and glue that like so, taking the tea bag to hang out. So I'm going to show you both options, what they look like. This one, like so, the card with the tea bag that dangles out like so, or the option of sticking this one inside instead. Depends on what you have. Due to being left at home to no devices, so you may have to make do with what you've got at home. There you go, a little teacup card made to have your words inside, wishing Mum a very happy Mother's Day. These are some other teacup varieties. I'm tracing to a circle here like so, a large one, followed by a smaller circle here, overlapping, like so. It looks a bit like a snowman that is upside down. That's another option. So cut it like so, turn these side bits like that and curve that down. So this is your teacup, like so, and you can draw your handle and remove all the excess lines with an eraser. One teacup. I've just drawn some other ones here, as you can see. This one that curves in with the double circle, and this one more of a standard shape. One last thing I'll show is if you are short on time and you have coloured paper, there's nothing simpler than to take your circles and trace them like I've just illustrated, like so. Circle one, and then the smaller one for the teacup here. It's really only half a circle that you need, like so. Handle, and then this is the part of the cup. See how I do like a little U here? And just slightly tip that down, and then that becomes a bit of your teacup, like so. You take your scissors and cut around like we did before. So colouring in with felt pen, oil pastels, whatever you've got at home, watercolours. You may want to decorate with flower images, totally up to you. But the simplest way for this one, polka dots or coloured paper. card here a little different in its approach. This can actually be glued down. Making sure I've got neat edges here. So we take a sheet of blank paper, like I explained before. Now we've got a cutout little cup on our white card front, a little different than the other techniques. It's your choice. Take this bit of glue, just do the edges around the sides, the handle, but not the top. We want to leave the top a bit like a pocket so we can rest our tea bag in it. So in this case here, we just rest that like so, press our card down. Sometimes you need to hold it for a few minutes, like so. And voila, our little pencil the words Happy Mother's Day. Don't forget the apostrophe. After you have penciled, then you can go over it with a felt. Here we have the two Mother's Day cards, one with the tea bag tucked inside and one over here with the pocket in the shape. If Mum doesn't drink a cup of tea, oh, then you can stick a little coffee pod. Have a lovely day. Happy Mother's Day.